and welcome to my channel. My name is Anna and I am a gym mom training for a triathlon. If you are new here, I am a fitness, health and wellness coach online. You already know what this series is called, Gym Mom Trains for Triathlon. And if you are new here, do not forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on all your notifications so you do not miss an episode. You can find me on all socials, which I will link in the description, and I'll also pop on the page here, and here. Let's get into the episode. So I have wanted to have like an exercise goal for ages that is non-gym related, and seeing as we are coming into the winter months, probably not the best time to have this goal, but I have decided that I am going to train for not a full, but the like a beginner triathlon. Now I am going to say that I am not an endurance girly, and actually I'd go as far as saying I hate endurance sports, but I'm pushing myself outside my comfort zone. So the goal is to do a try, which is a 250 meter swim followed by a 6 kilometer bike followed by a 3k run. Now, for avid swimmers, cyclists or runners, this is not a lot, but for an absolute beginner, and I mean beginner as in the last time I ran, like properly ran on the road, was when I was, I think I was like 15, could have been a bit younger, when my dad's road club was doing a 5k. I came last and was so slow that they were taking the finish line down when I was coming through. And to make it even worse, I got first place in my age group because I was the only female in that age group. So, you know, absolutely traumatized by that. Never took up running again. Cycling then, I never really ever got into cycling, but cycled like that when I was like 11, because I live in the country, so that's the only way you can meet your friends. And then swimming, I will say I've had a more recent interaction with swimming because I used to work in a leisure centre, so I had to become lifeguard qualified. So that was back in 2023. But obviously after giving birth, you know, those skills have not been used. And I didn't have to do anything more than like a 50 meter swim. So 250 is obviously 5 times that. So I'm starting my training today, and I'm literally just going for a light walk jog. As you can see, I've got my hat on. I am in just this, and then just leggings and trainers. Do not mind the mess of this room. But yeah, it is freezing outside, and I'm just going to go for a 1.5k walk, I think. Yeah, in total. So it's about 10 minutes of a walk. But I have a timer on my phone, and I'm going to well, I don't know how long I'm going to do. I'm just going to put on my Strava, which I've just signed up for. And then I'm going to try do 3-minute warm-up walk. And then I'm going to do 1 minute light jog, 1 minute walk. And do that 6 times. So that is 12 minutes total of that. And then 3-minute walk back. So that is a total of 18 minutes in total. So that's the plan anyway. I'll let you know how I get on when I get back. That was the 4th run block that I just did. I got 2 more to go. Whew. It is hard on the joints for sure, and I need to get my breathing under control. Just finished the 6th jogging round. Hat has clearly come off because I'm roasting. Now just the rest of the cool down and I'm home. My legs are feeling like jelly, particularly in my quads. I can feel my hamstrings need strengthening because the left one is pulling a bit. I definitely need to hydrate before I go out. It's absolutely parched now, and also feeling slightly lightheaded. So just home now. I would love to say I'm going to do a quick stretch first, but I'm grabbing water first. Give you the debrief after. So overall verdict of the run was it wasn't as bad as I thought. We are reaching for that 3-kilometer goal. So I am just going to stop the video right there and just do a little bit of a deeper delve into how I found it. Also peep these hairs that I don't know if anybody else's toddler thinks it's hilarious to like bite your hair, but yeah, that's why that's like that. Thinking of getting a fringe, but unsure. Anyway, it doesn't part unless I like severely add a lot of that hair stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna break it down kilometer by kilometer and give you the full detail of how I found this first run. So I will say in that first kind of 3 minutes, the walk obviously grand, and then I jumped into the first kilometer run. At first I was like, okay, this is going better than planned. Like, I'm doing it. I'm running right now. Not running, jogging. I'm going to call it running. Anything that's not walking is running to me, to be honest. But yeah, first kilometer was going really good. I was like, okay, haven't gotten shin splints yet, which is like the number one thing that I would have gotten previously, like literally instantly. Did my walk then. First set walk, grand. Second set run, not gonna lie, was kind of debating why did I start this goal. Low-key thought, not sure if I'm gonna make it through this 6 rounds. Second round walk, grand. Trying to recuperate, get my breathing intact. You know, we have another 4 rounds of this, Anna. We gotta control the breathing. Third run, I was kind of like, okay, fairly out of breath, but focus on getting to that halfway goal. We can do it. Just trying to get to the third round walk, to be honest. Fourth round run, you saw the snippet there. My breathing all over the shop. Obviously didn't help that I was talking on camera, but just wanted to get the in the moment experience of how it's feeling. You know what I mean? I think at this stage, my feet, my legs, my things were starting to be like, okay, we're running. Fourth round walk, we have that on video. Fifth round jog, I was debating why I ever said I would do this goal, and debated will I ever make it to my 3k goal, considering I can barely make it through 6 minutes of running on its own. So that was round 6. That was round 5. Round 5 walk, have that on camera, and then round 6 run. Yeah, my legs were jelly, could not feel them, breathing all over the gaff. Just utterly, yeah, I was debating my long-term goal of doing a triathlon. And then as I got to the cool down 3-minute walk, I was thinking, you know what? It wasn't as bad as I thought. And that's what we got in that last clip. That was the kind of afterthought of, I think it was the inner feeling of, wow, I actually did this. It wasn't as bad as I thought. But the reality is what I just said there. It was a roller coaster, and I was very much debating if I was ever going to get to my 3-kilometer goal. Yeah, so that is the real debrief of the session. We also got a 2.3-kilometer goal. So I'm going to take that as a W. Don't know if the cool kids do this, but going to take that as a W, which means win, by the way. Millennial girl knows her stuff. Or millennial girl knows her Gen Z stuff. And what was I going to say? Yeah, so my goal is to aim to get the distance first, which is 3 kilometers, and then improve my time, which is, I'm aiming for 3 kilometers under 20 minutes is what the goal is. So that's about a 6:45 pace. And I'm not sure what I got in the first run. I think it's about an 8:15 pace or something. Anyway, let's get back into it. It is the day after, so I am hitting the gym today, and I'm going to be doing an upper body session to let my legs rest and recover. So yeah, we've got 6 exercises, and I am happy to be back in my, what would you call it? Like my, not my prime, but like in my like usual. You know, I feel comfortable in this setting. So yeah, let's go hit a gym workout. So every time I go into the gym, I always hop onto the treadmill first. Usually I am still looking like I just woke up or my hair's a mess because Theo is after playing with it or trying to eat it or pulling at it. If you're a boy mom, you know. And then I hop in, do my stretches, some dynamic stretches, upper body and lower body. Even if I am only doing an upper body or lower body day, I do a full body stretch. It's really important to stretch those muscles either way.
So we are 2 exercises into the workout. The first exercise I did was a lat pull down on a cable, and I used a narrow mag grip. And then the second exercise I did was a neutral grip row. I'm going into a seated dumbbell shoulder press now. And then after this, I'm going to go into chest supported lateral raise. And then I'm going to finish off with a superset of a face pull and a pullover.
This exercise, I quite literally have never gotten over 5 kg holding. So usually I would use a different handle for this, but we're working out what we got today because the gym is getting into its busy hour now. So this is a pullover, and I'm following it by a kneeling face pull. Kneeling because it is just more supportive of the abs, and as I was doing the pullover there, I realised my ab muscles are actually quite sore from yesterday's run, so trying to engage them there was more difficult than it usually is. So after this, I'm just going to cool down, and then that's my session done. And then I will see how I'm feeling tomorrow, and then based off of that biofeedback, I will decide if I'm either going to do another cardio session or if I'm going to do another weight session. So we'll see how I feel tomorrow, because this is my first time adding endurance into my program. I just want to take it day by day. Even though I have a set plan, just take it day by day and see if I need to change anything in or out. So the plan tomorrow is that I do a leg session, but I'll see how my legs are feeling and then base it off of that. So it is a new day. I am after logging off from work, and I literally went through town in the busiest time. Like, it took me 40 minutes to get here, which is insane. Like, the quickest it can take me is like 10 minutes. So like 4 times that with all the traffic. Oh my gosh. But anyway, I said I would see how I'm feeling today based off on, I said I would see what I was training today based on how I'm feeling. So I do still have a little bit of DOMS in terms of like, you know, that I trained recently or exercised recently, but not in the sense of like, okay, I can't walk kind of DOMS. So I am going to train legs today. I have 6 exercises. So same setup as my upper body yesterday, although I'm after taking a lot of time in that traffic. So we will see how much we can get done in this session. Yeah, so let's get to it. This is my favorite exercise for your hamstrings. and it is a seated leg curl, and I jumped into the abductor machine, which is another fan favorite for your glutes. This one I absolutely hate, but I love it at the same time. It is a front foot elevated split squat, which again targets your glutes, and then going into a barbell Romanian deadlift, which is RDL for short, and again targeting mainly hamstrings but getting in a little bit of glute as well here. So just after doing one set of the leg press, and I can confirm that my legs are weak AF. I did confirm that whenever I was doing the front foot elevated split squat, but honestly was too tired to talk, so I only have time for the 5 exercises, and then I have to dip because of the traffic, unfortunately, but that's fine. I'm just going to do an extra set here, and then I would have only missed 2 sets. The last exercise was quad dominant anyway. It was a leg extension, and I don't think my little quads are going to get through it after that run. So yeah, this is the last one, and then I am heading home, and tomorrow's supposed to be a rest day, but fun fact, I'm doing a course. It's called a Tri-Leader course with Triathlon Ireland, and then you become a qualified triathlon coach. But there is a 4-hour practical session of it, so not too sure if we're like doing a lot of exercise in that. I hope not, because I'm after doing 3 days consecutive exercise, so tomorrow is supposed to be my rest day. But if not, then it's gonna have to be a cardio day. So yeah, last exercise and then we out. And then just to finish off week 1, Yemi and I went to the park with Theo, and we walked around a little bit in his little push car, and then we went and played in the playground. So a really nice way to get some light activity in, but also spend time with the family as well. Theo, 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 smiling for the camera. Hey, having a good day? Mwah. And that is it for this episode. Thank you so much if you have stuck around this long to watch. Do not forget to like, subscribe, turn your notifications on, share with a friend, comment any questions, or you can DM me on my socials at Anna_Fitfluence, and I will see you in the next episode. Slán go fóill.